Hey guys, welcome back to Urban Rhino Tutorials. Today we are going to make a string art painting, and this is pretty simple. You just need a canvas, some string, and I'm going to use two different sizes, two different thicknesses of string, and a hot glue gun. Hot glue gun is really not necessary, but it just makes it a little bit easier. So before I get started, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, comment below if you have any questions, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. So let's get started. So I have a 12 by 12 canvas right here. You could really use any size. You know, obviously if you want this to be more of a statement piece, you could go bigger, 16 by 20, certainly larger, 24 by 36 or whatever. But I'm gonna stick with the smaller one just for now. So I have two different sizes of string, and you can use anything. These are just two that I had. So I'm gonna use this twine here, and you can either, you can do a couple different things. You could hot glue it to the back. You could, staple it, you can tape it. If you hot glue it, just make sure that you glue it to a part and just use a little drop of glue because you want to be able to take it off after. The other thing that you could do is use a little piece of painter's tape and just tape it like this. So either way, this, hot glue, whatever. I have a hot glue gun plugged in here too that I can use, but again, it just doesn't really matter. You want to be able to remove it though. That's most important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start wrapping this twine around, and you're just doing it kind of free form. I'm going to tape it periodically, or again, if you do the hot glue, just make sure you use a really little piece, or a little drop, so that you can remove it. This. And we're going to be using spray paint. You could use just regular craft paint or acrylic paint if you want. For this tutorial, I'm going to spray paint. So again, wrapping the pieces, pulling them pretty tight. And one more. Okay. And I'm going to tape it. And then I'm going to go back with my smaller cord, twine, string, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So we've got that. And now I'm going to go back with this smaller, very, very small. Again, tape it to the back or hot glue. I really do think that the tape is really probably the easiest way to go, but not everyone has painter's tape laying around or masking tape. Some people have a hot glue gun and don't have the other, or vice versa. So. And again, we are just randomly wrapping it. And the reason that spray paint works the best for this is because when you spray it and you hold it at a distance, it's going to utilize these strings and block that area from the spray paint mist. If you're doing like a craft paint or acrylic, you could potentially kind of sponge your brush, dab your brush over it, or use a sponge, or you could like kind of splatter the paint on. You certainly don't want to paint hard over it like that, or it defeats the purpose of these strings being here. Let me spread these out just a little bit more. Let's see. Let's bring this piece more like this, and there we go. So I'm taping the last one here. And I'm going to, when I paint this, I'm gonna use a couple different colors. You could do like, you know, rainbow colors, whatever. I'm gonna stick with, I think, maybe some blues and greens. I don't know why, but that's kind of just what popped out at me. So I'm gonna spray it. When I come back, I'm gonna show you what the result looks like after it dries, and we'll remove the string to see the finished product. Okay, so I'm getting ready to spray paint. These are the colors I have chosen. And I'm just going to spray kind of in sections. So like one area might be more blue, one might be more green. And then I'm gonna let it dry, and then let me come back and show you what I've got. So I have spray painted the canvas. A couple things I want to point out, and this is actually the first time I've done this. So some things that I found that I would do differently for next time. Most of the time when I do a tutorial, I have done the craft or jewelry or whatever it is before making this. This was a kind of a trial basis. So first thing I want to point out is I would put the smaller string underneath the bigger string. Obviously it's sticking up. So when I spray, it was kind of pointless for it to be there. The mist, the spray just went right underneath it. I was able to kind of hold it down a little bit and get a few areas, but otherwise it was kind of like it just wasn't even there. Another thing I would do is certainly wear a rubber glove if you are concerned about getting spray paint on your hands. But if you kind of hold the pieces down as you're spraying gently, you might get a better line. When I saw this, this craft art piece, whatever, on Pinterest, the lines that are left, you know, underneath the string are, you know, they're not going to be perfect. They're supposed to be very faint. So when I take this off, don't be surprised if it's not, you know, super bold or very, you know, obvious. So that little string actually did show up a little bit. And I used like the 4 colors that I showed you of the paint and just kind of sprayed them in layers. So I did some, lost my train of thought. I did some lighter to begin with, and then some darker, and kind of just worked my way around. Okay, so just unwrapping it. Okay, so there we have it. You could do this, you know, in multiple layers if you wanted to. So if I wanted to go back and wrap it again and maybe go back with a different color now, maybe a yellow or something, I could certainly do that, or a violet. That might look pretty. I wouldn't go too far, you know, away on the color wheel. So for instance, you know, the colors I use, the blue and green, are right next to each other on the color wheel. So if you continued one way or the other to yellow or to a violet, that's going to you know, blend well, look nice. If you were to spray red on here, it's going to most likely look kind of muddied and maybe not what you're looking for. So so again, you could go back over this again if you wanted and do a little bit more. I'm surprised with how it turned out. It's funny that this piece here is showing up blue. My guess is when I sprayed a blue layer, it got underneath, and then when I went back and was holding it down, the green didn't get underneath. So that's why it's left like that. So you know, a fun little experimental project. It's still pretty cute. I'll take a picture and show what it looks like in a room. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, make sure you comment below, and please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, guys.